A very important question retirees will ask themselves once they're done working: how much of my money can I actually spend with confidence? Joining us now for Retirement Coffee Talk are George Fossing and Zach Jenkins. They're both part of the team at NorthStar Financial and Retirement Planning, a local area firm that focuses on preparing people for a successful retirement. George and Zach are also popular radio show hosts. Good morning.
Good morning, Megan.
I like the topic, spending with confidence.
Isn't that nice?
Yes,
Yeah.
because you don't want anxiety every time you slip a card. So, we often talk about the fear of running out of money. How important is it to know how much you can actually spend in retirement?
Well, the big thing with spending, it's you don't want to have, everybody wants to spend their last nickel on the last breath, right?
Right.
And not leave it for the son-in-law you don't really like.
Okay.
Right? So it really comes down to this balance of not living like a miser for fear of outliving it, also spending too quickly because then you do get old and not have enough money, right? So it's that balance. So when we build a plan for folks, we take care of the end and first, which is basically the later years with guaranteed lifetime income. We'll build that first, take away all that longevity risk. So these plans out there, they'll pay forever. So until your last breath, you'll have a paycheck, just like Social Security, right? Coming in, you'll build another one of those, making sure they have enough income, and you have to adjust for inflation. We all know that as well. It allows you to invest in the early years of retirement completely different. But we really want to take that out of the formula because the number one fear for people is outliving their money. Right. And we take care of that first.
Okay, so on the flip side, how often are people playing it too conservatively and not really living their dreams and their best life?
Too many people.
I'm scared that would be me. I'd be like, we can't go on the trip this year because we should save.
Yeah.
But then what if you get really sick the next year?
That's exactly right. And our clients in the office, they're traveling all over the world right now, having a blast, which they should be doing, or gardening, going to Disney with the grandkids. Yeah. And because they have a plan in place, that's the most important thing you could do, a spending plan. Duplicating the working years is what it's all about. Everybody loves Social Security. Right. People with pensions, people are jealous of people with pensions. Yeah. You could create your own pension, privately, which we do all the time out there. So, knowing these financial tools, investment tools that are out there taking care of this, they're new to people. They just don't hear about it. But being an independent advisors, we're fiduciaries, building these models for people that are basically bulletproof, so they're not going to get hurt in retirement. That's really what it's about. So you can spend with confidence, go on these trips. We've talked about it in the past, the three phases of retirement. The go-go years, the slow-go years, and no-go years, remember? Yep. The go-go years, the first 5-7 years of retirement, you really want to travel, do those things on your bucket list. Then things quiet down as you progress. So you build maybe a model where you can spend more early on and maybe just dial it back a little bit in the later years. Well,
let's expand on that, because what can we consider to really help us live out our dreams in retirement?
Well, I think, step one is just figuring out where you are, and communicating with an advisor, hey, these are the things that I want to accomplish, and, just being open-minded, becoming aware of the different tools that are out there. I mean, as George was just saying, we're in a down market right now, but our clients, that's not slowing them down. They're going out there and still doing the things that they want to do with their families, and they're not losing sleep over the markets. So when you really put together a plan that's rock solid and bulletproof, it can enable you to live out those retirement dreams and not be up at night worrying about it.
We just had a couple came in the other day, and they had a couple setbacks with health, so spent a lot of money. And they really want to retire because of these health issues. They got 2 more years to go. Do we have enough money? Right. That's $1 million question. We built their model. We took a look at it, sat them down just a couple days ago, and they high-fived when we were done. I said, you can retire. You're tracking out okay. They can't afford to lose more money, though. Right. They can't. So they said, this is the first thing we want to do is stop the bleeding. Yeah. And because we don't know what's going to happen this year. We're talking recession. We're talking a lot of noise out there. I heard the word polycrisis. Multiple things out there that are working against us. We want to be in front of that and, again, stop the bleeding.
Stop the bleeding. All right, one more thing that we need to put in, that T word. You didn't think I was going to do a segment without mentioning taxes. Seriously, though, how should tax planning play into all of this?
It's intricate. We talk about that every day. It's probably the most mundane, boring thing to talk about for people is taxes. Yet we all know taxes are going to be going up. Social Security is underfunded. There's a lot of issues out there. Congress can't get their act together. They're raising the bar on the spending bar now again. And who's going to pay for that? Yeah. Middle class, upper middle class. That's it. We're the ones that the 401ks, IRAs. There's a plan to get their hands on it, we believe. And getting in front of that, you have to be proactive with tax planning.
And if you think about how that's going to help someone, $1 saved in taxes is $1 less than you need to earn in the markets. And there's a lot less risk in just tax planning and saving money on taxes than there are maybe taking on more risk in the markets to generate the income or the money that you need.
So you might see people are out there saying, well, you know, am I a candidate? We don't know. You have to come in and see. You know, that's what we do.
Right.
Somebody goes, well, it's very complicated. It's not. It's a lot of it's common sense. We'll show it to you and simplify it. This is what, if you don't do anything, this is if you do something, this is the savings.
Well, I like that.
And we're talking like $250,000, $300,000 in a lot of cases. Even $50,000 in savings over 10 years, that's $50,000 for vacations and having some fun.
Yeah, it's 50 grand.
And it takes maybe an hour to figure it out.
We got y'all to do that for us. Don't let it be complicated. Just let them do it. Thanks, guys. Y'all are smart. You got this. You got this. Listen, if you're at home, if you're currently retired or getting close to retirement and would like to learn more about how you could potentially reduce your future taxes as well as help protect and grow your hard-earned savings and investments, NorthStar Financial has a great offer for you right now. This is for the first 5 callers who have saved $500,000 or more. They're offering a complimentary, no-obligation investment portfolio and tax planning review. This will allow their team to schedule a phone call, video call, or future in-office meeting so they can speak with you personally and provide you that roadmap going forward. Call the number you see on your screen right now, 864-309-8146.